Hi, and welcome to Cosmic Consciousness with Cassia. On this channel, we discuss all aspects of the ascension process. I have a variety of services that I offer to assist in your awakening journey, and you can find those listed in the description box below. Today, we're going to be doing a reading for Sagittarius for the month of January 2021. This is going to be for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, as well as the cross-watcher of the Sagittarian. And this is a general reading. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Clear. Take what fits and leave the rest. Also check out your other sign placements. And so the first card coming out for Sagittarius is the Four of Swords. And so this is healing. This is retreat and healing. And so you guys, this is the overall energy of your reading, is just being in that space of like taking that time for yourself to heal yourself. So let's get some more energy on this. Okay. And so we have the Justice card coming out with the Star card. And the Justice card here, I believe is, I think it came out reversed. I'm not big on reversals. But, so the energy here is like, healing. I guess if we take it that way, as a reversal, right? Because I am kind of feeling that here. It's sort of like you've kind of retreated and healed and pulled your energy back from a situation where that you feel was not fit, was unfair or unjust, and you're sort of healing from that. You're healing from that energy now. Let's get more on the Justice card. We have the Devil. Okay, so this is addictions, codependencies, that which holds us in bondage. And then we have the Chariot coming out. So this is focused intention, forward movement. Especially in this card, like you can tell he is absolutely moving forward. And so it's like, I feel like it's you moving forward from a situation that was sort of unfair or unjust. And I'm feeling the energy of like literal addictions with this energy. So you healing from an addiction, someone that you love possibly that was suffering from an addiction, and sort of you having to move away from that energy almost. Tell me more about this Devil card. Tell me more about this Devil card. We have the Emperor. The Emperor, the Empress, and the Ace of Cups coming out. That is really interesting. So we have counterparts right there with the Emperor and the Empress. And then this is a new cycle in love. This is, so that's beautiful energy. And so it's almost like, I feel like this was an addiction. This was an addiction to a person that you felt, treated you unjustly. But this very well, this could be like a twin flame energy that I'm picking up on here, right? Because we have the Emperor and the Empress with the Ace of Cups, right? And so this very much could have been, and maybe there were other types of addictions at play in your relationship at some point. Yeah, but there was definitely, I'm feeling like this, this energy, I don't know if I want to use the word codependent, but like there's like an addictive quality to this relationship. And so you needing to pull back and heal from that. Just a lot of like, with this Chariot here, I feel like this energy just came in really, really quick. Right? And it was like this instant, like love at first sight kind of energy here. Like I really feel like the Ace of Cups was, the way they fell out was like with the Ace of Cups in between these two, right? And so, yeah, a lot of that energy, a lot of that really fast-paced energy where it was like things felt so good that it was like you were instantly just sort of addicted. And then we have the Seven of Wands coming out. With the Knight of Swords and the Three of Pentacles. And so, yeah, I feel this energy of like you kind of like sweet and zen in your little bubble here, not being bothered And then someone's energy rushing in. This is air sign energy, right? Somebody rushing in and wanting to create something with you, wanting to collaborate with you. Right? Especially with this Ace of Wands on the bottom of the deck here and the King of Wands under that. And so tell me more about this, the Seven of Wands. Tell me more about the Seven of Wands. Jesus, these cards are just like slipping out here. And then we have the Ace of Wands and the King of Wands that fell out there. Okay. All right. And so yeah. I feel like this is you actually just being like really, really creatively inspired. Like you being in this space of almost like, yeah, just being really, really creatively inspired in your own, kind of in your own energy here. The Four of Wands that fell out there. The King of Cups. This is getting really interesting, you guys. Jesus. And then you got the Page of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Lovers here. Wow, yeah, this is just a lot of intense energy coming out here. Yeah. So it's sort of like, I feel like you... I feel like this is sort of like you right now. Like you are in this healing mode. You are in this sort of bubble here. And maybe this is almost like the messages or the energy that they're projecting towards you, right? With this King of Wands energy, right? It's like you can psychically feel them. You can sense them. You can feel their energy wanting to come in. You can feel them wanting to collaborate with you, to work with you. And you're just not really sure because you're in this energy again, right? This healing energy. This energy of this kind of energy, right? I feel like for some of you guys, this is also reminiscent of like your psychic gifts kind of escalating throughout this process as well. And that with this Ace of Wands reminds me of that as well. So like you've been, and the High Priestess, right? So you've really been activated, I feel like, throughout this period of time as well. And so it's like you're in this phase of healing, but you can feel their energy still sort of like calling to you, almost like a beacon. You can feel, it's like, I feel for some of you guys, you have taken this time to retreat, but you can feel their energy moving and rushing towards you, right? Wanting this teamwork, wanting this collaboration, wanting this Four of Wands energy, right? Which is the traditional twin flame union card in the traditional tarot, the 1111 card. And so you can see the Four Wands back there. But in this card, see how it's just these two ladies like rocking it out, right? With their tambourines. And so it's like, I feel almost like, yeah, like you're not necessarily sure if you want to be bothered right now, but he's over here, or she, flip this however it resonates, sort of like, you see how they're manifesting all that energy from their heart center? Like really sitting and wanting to communicate with you, wanting to, right? And then you can see here too, it's moving out of his heart center, right? They're like energetically making some moves. Even if they haven't physically made any moves to come back, they are energetically making some moves. And then you can see her here too with her eyes closed. It's like, I'm thinking Sagittarius. I don't know. I'm thinking for you guys, even if you are acting as though you don't want this, you kind of do still, because you're kind of putting out those vibes yourself. So it's like you guys are psychically talking to each other, but you may not be physically talking to each other right now. You may have pulled back into your separate corners. I want to find out more about this Star card. Tell me more about the Star card. We have the Knight of Wands, the Five of Pentacles, and the Seven of Swords with the Three of Swords. Yeah, so that's what you're healing from right now. You're healing from this. There was deception. There was things were not quite on the level. There was a feeling of loss, being left out in the cold. For some of you guys, there was like a third party situation that happened here, right? The Knight of Wands is very passionate. And so possibly like a third party situation that you're healing from, that was really painful for you. With this addictions card here, it's like this person may have even had like sexual addictions or things that they were struggling with. That may be where that like heavy addiction energy was coming from. It could have been drugs or alcohol or something like that. It could have just been the addiction, the addiction for each other, right? But I'm feeling like for some of them it went deeper than that. And so that's where a lot of this energy came in as well. But definitely there may have been, I'm definitely feeling a strong pull towards other people having been involved. So that's what you're healing from right now. And that's why it's like you can feel their energy wanting to come back in, but you're not sure if you want that right now. Because there was just a lot of, it's like it wasn't all bad. I mean, we had counterparts here. So this is like really, this is a true connection. However, like just because it's a true and genuine connection doesn't mean that it's not painful, doesn't mean that there aren't problems. And it doesn't necessarily mean that that's what's meant for us, right? If we can both grow and evolve and change and meet again from at that grown and evolved place, that's one thing, right? But yeah, it doesn't necessarily always have to work out like that, but there's definitely that counterpart energy, right? So this was a very intense, it's like when you have a connection that intense, the pain associated with that when things go badly, right? And they never go badly because these are the types of connections that are really here to push us, to teach us, to make us learn and to grow. And so there's a lot of learning and growth. So in that way, like it didn't go badly at all. But when it goes away, that hurts, right? It hurts really. It hurts as much as it feels good. So when it feels really, really good, it also feels really, really bad. And so you're definitely wanting to pull yourself back and heal from that energy. And just not really sure if you are interested in them approaching again. But then we have the Eight of Wands coming out. This is communication. This is momentum energy. So they probably are going to reach out and communicate to you. And it may be a fiery communication, right? There may be some words exchanged, I'm feeling. There may be a lot of differences of opinion over what happened, or sort of like the meaning behind what happened. Or I feel like if they do reach out, what you're going to expect is an apology, and that may not be exactly what you get, and that may kind of piss you off, understandably, right? Because you're looking for some sort of acknowledgement. Because this is how you're feeling right now, right? This nine of Wands, this wounded warrior energy, right? Yeah. That's weird too for some of you guys. I feel like you may end up in a situation where people are fighting over you. So that's interesting. That may not be for everybody, but oh Jesus. Okay, and then we have two more counterparts coming out. We have the King of Swords and the Queen of Swords, right? So this is that blunt conversation. This is that, right, the swords are cutting. This is that air energy. This is two people who are, like, you see how they're both looking pretty resolute, right? And so it's like, this communication may come through, and, like, they possibly, right? And then we have the Five of Swords here, right? They possibly are not, it's not going to come through, it's either not going to be received very well, it's not going to be delivered very well, which is going to cause it not to be received very well. I just feel like there's like a clashing of energies, like possibly there has not been enough healing yet. And there's somebody who's still way too much in their head and way too much listening to either people, telling them things that are influencing their... I'm just noticing all the crows here, or all of the ravens. I feel almost like there's somebody who's been whispering in their ear the entire time and sort of like inciting them, and this could be you or them, to, it's like getting them riled up and sort of like distorting their perception. And this could be their own minds, or this could be, I'm feeling for some of them like a very physical person in their reality, which is interesting, which is not helping matters either. That's not helping matters. that wasn't helping matters the entire time. That's fascinating. Tell me any more about this. Tell me more about this person that I'm picking up on here. Ooh, and then we have the Lovers again. And the Page of Pentacles. Okay. And so this person, I feel like maybe if this was there was a third party situation here, it was this third party. Right? It was this third party person that kind of got in their ear and had them feeling some type of way. And so this person may be still involved, pulling some strings here. That might be where some of that competition energy was coming from too. So that's sort of a problem. Like I notice I put this right on top of these two. So it's almost like this energy is like splitting them. It's sort of like right in the middle of them. And so I feel like that was a problem and that may still be a problem. Tell me why we have the Page of Pentacles here. Maybe they were an earth sign. Maybe that's why. The Page of Pentacles, and then the clarifier is the Two of Cups. Okay. So that's a soulmate, right? Yeah, so that person could have been a soulmate for them as well. Possibly. But then we have the Knight of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups coming out. So that's positive. That's positive energy there. Or I feel almost like if we're still talking about this other person, right? It's sort of like they offered them. They came to them as a soulmate, sort of offering them something that they were moving towards that they thought was going to be wish fulfillment. So it's like maybe things got complicated between the two of you and they sort of offered them an alternative that they started to see as something that was more what they were looking for. And they may still be in some of that confusion right now. They may still be in some of that confusion even when they approach you. Honestly, let me get some more on that. Oh, we have the Six of Wands and the Death card. But then this is triumph and rebirth, right? And so I feel like eventually they are, especially with the Hermit card on the bottom of the deck here and the Ten of Wands, eventually they are going to sort of go on that internal journey as well, to have that sort of awakening and that rebirth experience where they are going to be triumphant and really see and understand the intricacies of the situation here. To really get a clearer view of things, right? To figure out where that true wish fulfillment is. But like, until they know exactly what that is, if you are in this situation where they come forward, like give them the time, make sure you've given them the time to figure all of that out, right? You want to make sure that they've reached this point, right? Because otherwise, I mean, there could just be more drama that ensues. Like you really want to make sure that they've reached that point where they understand what this other person is out of the picture and they're really willing and ready to, that they've changed, that they've had this rebirth, they've had this transformation. And that you can see and recognize that transformation in them, that they feel different, that the situation feels different. Like, this is a good energy for you to be in right now and for you to stay in as long as you need to, until you know what you really want and you're confident that this other person does too, because I feel like they're pretty confused, or they were pretty confused. Or it's like they really wanted you, but they weren't, it was like they kept kind of going back and forth. They really wanted you, but then they didn't. But then they wanted this other person, but then it's like they keep getting pulled back to you. And so you don't want to be in that energy with them. All right, let's see if we can get some final guidance from the Archangel Power Tarot surrounding this. Clear. Final guidance from the Archangel Power Tarot. Then we have the Two of Michael. It will be better if you just make a decision over analyzing a problem, find a compromise. Interesting. So this would be like the Two of Swords. So that's that indecisive energy that we were talking about, right? That indecision. And then we have the Four of Ariel, which is like the Four of Pentacles. When you give, you also receive. Being resistant to change. Extremes in how you spend or save money. And so for this, I'm seeing the resistance piece, right? Indecision, resistance. And then we have the Page of Ariel. An excellent opportunity will be offered to you. Scholarships or the pursuit of education. Time to get to work. So I feel like they're still really confused. They're still really confused. They're still in this process, right? But you're also in this process. And so you can emerge triumphantly from this, from your own transformation process. And I feel like right now they're saying, like, focus on the other opportunities you have in your life. Don't focus on their messy energy. If their energy is still super messy, like what I'm picking up on here, don't even worry about that. Focus on yourself. Focus on building yourself up. Building possibly your career up, right? Stacking those pentacles. Like, worry about that stuff. And let them worry about themselves, right? And then we have the World, a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So that's the Death card, right? In a manner of speaking, right? But this is especially, I'm seeing the coming full circle, right? And so eventually I feel as though they may come full circle. There's going to be a happy ending either way. And that happy ending for you may just be you being able to walk away, having grown and transformed from this cycle, like taking with you all the blessings and all the healing and all the lessons, but moving forward towards something that is more beneficial for you. Or this could mean that they finally gain, right, with this card on the bottom of the deck, the Hermit card, they finally gain that insight and they come full circle and come back around and are actually able to really offer you something that is worth having. But it's like, make sure that they do that you hold them to that. Yeah. There's a lot of positive energy here for you. We have the Six of Gabriel and the Queen of Gabriel. And so this is the Six of Wands again coming out. You've done a great job. Time to move on to the next project. Awards, recognition, scholarships, promotions. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. This is like the Queen of Wands energy. And so I feel like you're going to be on fire right now. So just focus on that. Don't worry so much about them. Don't worry about this situation. Do not get yourself involved in this situation again. If it's proving, if their energy doesn't feel different, if they're not coming at you with a completely different attitude, if you don't know that there is going to be the justice and the fairness that you seek and that you deserve, don't settle for less than what you're worth, no matter how much you care about the person, right? That's never what we're meant to do. Sometimes the way that we discover self-love the most deeply is when we have to choose ourselves over somebody that matters to us so very much, because we find that we matter to ourselves more. All right. I love you guys. Yeah. And then on the bottom of the deck, the Five of Raphael. Everything happens for a reason. Release regret and embrace the opportunities for happiness. Search for the silver lining. Look at what you do have for opportunities for happiness right now. Right? What opportunities are showing up for you, and how can you take advantage of those opportunities that are presenting themselves in your life for your own Nine of Ariel wish fulfillment. All right. I appreciate you guys very much. If you liked this reading, like this reading. There are links down below to donate if you feel so moved to donate to my channel. I also have my email down below that I offer a whole variety of different services. So please check those out if you are interested in a personal reading. I do really powerful energy healings. I do theta healing. We work with belief systems, all different types of things. Lots of fun things that we can do to sort of jumpstart this evolution and growth process, and this process of abundance that's really wanting to come in for you guys, which is really fun and really exciting. I appreciate you very, very much, and I hope that you guys have an incredible January.